What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, Gigabrain, first year RadTech student, with a video on shoulder radiograph criteria. Now, I'm a bit under the weather, so I don't even know if I was going to record this video today, but we ball. We do what we must. Guys, comment down below, Gigabrain, you look great, to cheer me up. I'm not turning on my camera, just take my word for it. Let's get into it. Alright, so I thought I'd start with some basic anatomy so that you could orient yourself, know a little more of what I'm talking about. And I'll start by saying the humerus that we have here isn't technically part of the shoulder girdle. The shoulder girdle is made up by your scapula or shoulder blade and your clavicle or collarbone. And all it does is attach the upper extremity to the bony thorax. Over here on the humerus, we have our humeral head, which is what attaches right here to the glenoid cavity, the anatomical neck right below that, and then we have the greater tubercle and lesser tubercle, which form the surgical neck, which is a super common fracture site, and you don't want to mix it up with the anatomical neck. And this is just a PSA I'm throwing in here because while I was looking for images for this video, I saw a common trend of whoever makes these like graphic design skulls or whatever, they thought it would be a good idea to put eyes in them that stare into the deep caverns of your soul. They're not even trying to portray any orbital muscles or anything, like orbital structures. They just thought it'd be fun, cute, I don't know, to throw in eyes that see your sins. Guys, let's go ahead and knock that off, right? If there's any graphic designers in here that make skulls, cut all that out. Alright, here are your tech factors or sleigh factors for a shoulder. You're going to use 70 to 85 kVp. You're going to use a small focal spot size to get all that good detail. You're going to use 40-inch SID. And usually you're going to ask them to hold their breath because, you know, if people are breathing in and out, their chest, shoulder area is kind of moving. And you're going to have them turn toward their affected side. So if you're looking at the right shoulder, you'd have them lean back to the right a bit, or opposite if you're looking at the left shoulder. Alright, here's the criteria you want to see on an external shoulder. You want to see the greater tubercle, which is this little bump right here, in profile laterally, which would mean our lesser tubercle is over here, superimposed by the head of the humerus. Now, this sternoclavicular joint over here, it changes site to site whether they want it in the image or not. So you just change your collimation depending on what your site wants. And a good thing to know about external shoulder is the epicondylar plane right above the elbow is parallel to the IR. So if you have a humerus that's ordered as well, if the epicondylar plane is parallel to the IR, you have your external shoulder and you have an AP humerus view as well. On the internal shoulder, it's essentially going to be the opposite. Now our lesser tubercle is in profile medially over here at the glenoid cavity, and our greater tubercle is superimposed over the head of the humerus. Same as on the external shoulder, the epicondylar plane is now perpendicular because you have the patient turn their palm in and against their leg. And since the epicondylar plane is perpendicular to the IR, if there's a humerus ordered, your humerus is already on a lateral position. Alright, our third view is the axillary, or superior, inferior, inferior, superior. On this one, you're going to see the lesser tubercle and coracoid process in profile anteriorly. That's how you orient yourself. This little bump here is telling you the front of the patient is this way. And this one is usually ordered to identify the type of dislocation, if it's anterior or posterior dislocation, if this humeral head were to pop out of this joint. And it also demonstrates the Hill-Sachs defect, which is an ouchie. It's a pretty big ouchie. Now, if your patient isn't able to take an axillary view, because it is, you know, if your shoulder is messed up, you don't want to ask your patient to abduct their arm all the way and have them lean over a table. You would do a scapula-wide lateral for shoulder. And this, like the axillary view, is also to see what type of dislocation we have. So you want the humeral head superimposed over the body of the scapula, and you check to see if this humeral head is posteriorly dislocated, if it's below the acromion, and anteriorly dislocated if it's below the coracoid. Alright, and that's all I have for you guys today. I'll be back with another video, probably something on lower extremity. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep an eye out for my next one. Love you guys.